At 5 minutes after 7, right now businesses are taking steps to increase safety after several teen takeovers across Metro Atlanta have led to more than a dozen arrests.
Atlanta News First Niamani Watson joins us in the studio. Niamani, we've been talking about these takeovers for weeks now. One of those businesses is the iconic Cascade skating rink.
Yeah, that's right. The owner of Cascade says he's working closely with the Atlanta Police Department after hearing about rumors planned for Cascade tomorrow, rather. He says that they are increasing security as well at the business after hearing about that plan posted on social media. Now, in response, the rink also says anyone under 18 must be accompanied by a parent or adult on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. And the safety measures come after Atlanta police have dealt with massive and chaotic teen gatherings. Most recently, a takeover along the Atlanta Beltline resulted in 13 arrests and 11 guns were seized. Greg Alexander, the owner, says there will also be police at the skating rink this weekend, saying customer safety is their #1 priority.
We've also increased our security presence. So if you were to come here on Friday, you'll see that we have security even at the entrance to the parking lot at the top of the hill. And we're going to be monitoring everybody that's coming onto the property.
Henry County Police Department also warning teens and parents after rumors of a teen takeover planned for that area this Saturday, saying in part, quote, "This type of behavior presents an increased risk to the safety of our community and will not be tolerated in Henry County." Now, Atlanta police say those using social media to organize takeovers could face charges. Parents may also be held accountable. Saria.